Welcome back. This is the Smithie D, and today we're going to discuss the updates on mods from new raid coming out, and really what mods should you be farming for certain character types. So let's kick this off with my personal favourite, the one that I'm actually going for. They had a big nerf. It was coming. Everyone's seen it. It was always going to happen. I pretty much haven't bothered with these mod sets of yet. Potency mods at the moment are a big thing for your T-bow. So if you're looking to get your T-bow, what potency mods is the main thing what you really want to go for. Offense mods requires 5 out of 5 first order, and speed mods are also 5 out of 5 characters that are in the game are also going to be resistance. So to be honest, unless you're a whale or unless you got on that kind of like wagon early and started farming these characters, these are going to be kind of out of reach for the time being. If you are specifically wanting to go for offense mods, you're not going to really be able to go for speed mods. It's going to take a lot of time if you're going from the scratch. You've got certain characters that are in the squad cantina shipments, and it's the same with the potency mods. We've just had not long had the Empire event, so some of us may have some Empire characters, which is fantastic. So pretty much, for the potency mods, you're going to need your Tarkin from the arena. That would be a number one. Most people do have a 6-star Vader on the back of that. Probably everybody has a RG currently, a Royal Guard, so he's an Empire as well. But if we go into Galactic War, so this is the example. So in the redeem part of this, what we've got is we've got the Magna Trooper. This guy, he's a grade A Empire, so he is Empire. So you can grab an Empire from here. Squad Arena, you've got Tarkin, so you can go and grab some Tarkin from the Squad Arena, and Tarkin is there, so he's also another Empire. We've also then got in Cantina battles, so you get the kind of flow of it. Further down, we've got the Stormtrooper, so you could grab the Stormtrooper from here, depending where you want to go. That would then give you 5 if you've got a fully maxed RG, and if you've also got a semi-matched Vader, but he's quite tanky, he's got a lot of health protection, and then with added mods you can make him into quite a large tank. So you could do that there if that's the route you're wanting to farm. The way I'm going, on the other hand, I'm not going with Empire. I'm going for critical mod damage. So critical damage for me in my channel is going to take 5 Jawas. To me, that seems all round the best. Potency is great for raids, and it is good, but depending on this raid, how long is it going to last for? There was an interview put onto the forums where EA Jesse said it's going to drop real soon. So to me, real soon is maybe a week, 2 weeks away. Something in that time frame. So I'm going for the critical damage mods for 2 reasons. There's one, that the Jawas, to me, looking and analysing the new raid, looks like that they would be your new Ewoks. It's not confirmed, but we're against droids, and they are very good versus droids. They have a good squad kind of like ability. They also do a lot of stuns to droids, so it'll be interesting to see where they are. I would rather have them and them not work than them work and not have them. So I am farming them. For reason number 1 would be for the critical mods. Reason number 2 would be, as a bonus, be the raids. Why? Well, my squad, I currently have, this is my squad, and this is where I'll show you what. I have an Anakin lead. I love my Anakin. He's probably my best character, and my most character that I've actually enjoyed kind of like using. What would the critical mods do to him? Well, let's have a look. Mods itself, characters like Anakin need critical damage mods and critical chance. What would I put on Anakin to make him stronger? Let's have a look. So far, as you can see, I do not have the critical damage mods. I'm still farming my Jawas. I'm still gearing them to the high gear. I'm still putting mods on them. What would I do? So this straight away, fantastic mod for Anakin, is a plus 36% critical damage. Where would I go from there? Okay, so the next mods, I would, once I do get it, I don't currently have it, I would make this one a protection. This one I've just clicked on is going to stay the same. Offense, maybe I could change around the secondary stats, find one that has some protection or critical chance. This already has critical chance, but if I could get some critical chance and protection, that would be fantastic. You know, with the percent, we don't want the numbers, it's just the percent would be the main thing. I'm going to keep this one most likely the same. Maybe find if there's any more that have speed on them. That I would farm another critical damage. I wouldn't specifically use this one on Anakin. I would wait until I get another critical damage. This, again, protection. I don't want health on Anakin, I want protection. And again, this would be protection. What would the set bonuses be? So I've already got here my 36% extra critical damage. I'm already making Anakin now into a critical damage tank. So the set bonuses here, if I can get the critical damage, I'm going to get 30, an extra 30% for having 4. Then maybe for the other 2, I'd then farm the 5% extra critical chance, or go for the extra 10% offense. You know, there is no right or wrong, or give some extra speed, you know, but definitely as the number 1 on Anakin. And this is going for Ray, Geonosian Soldier. You want to have that critical damage, you want to have the critical damage mod, and you also want to have the mod type. That is pretty much in them, is number 1. You're going to do a lot more power. Ray, where would you go with Ray? She's probably one of the most used characters now in this game, as she's easily farmable. But Ray, I'm going to want to have a mix, okay? So, me personally, I'm going to go for the same with Anakin. I'm going to have, I'm not going to have critical chance there. I do have a critical damage, I believe, over here somewhere, or I may have put it onto some other characters, but I'm going to go with critical damage on Ray for the triangle. That's straight away. She's going to have the same as Anakin. I'm going to have the same 4 mod types as well, so I'm also going to have the plus 30% for having 4 critical damage mods, and then for these I'm going to have speed. So there is no right or wrong. I could keep this with health and keep maybe that's protection down there, keep 2 health and go with 2 extra bit of health and go with 4 critical kind of damage types. Here possibly going to go for protection. You know, I'd rather keep my Ray alive longer, to be honest. That is also going to be speed, so that's going to be most likely protection. That's going to be critical damage. That's going to always be defense. That's always going to be offense, and that's going to be speed. So I'm already making her quite speedy. I'm giving her that extra 50%, nearly 50%, 45% extra protection already on her stats. Okay, she doesn't have great protection, but it means she can take an extra hit. In this game, an extra hit goes a long way. Geonosian Soldier, I'm going to go with critical chance, critical damage. The more critical kind of damage he does, and he gets that kind of chance of critting, he gets an extra 50% turn meter. So it's a no-brainer on that one. You know, you can make him quite quick. At the moment, my T-Bow, just to let you see him. So at the moment, what I've gone with T-Bow, you know, the best way around this, in all honesty, is going for the potency type mods, getting 4 of them, and getting on the kind of like plus medic mod. I believe they're called multiplexers. Yeah, so they all do have their names. Let's just call them medic. Medic sign, circle, you know, and so on. But that already has an extra 24% potency, you know. He does currently have some good stats with the mods that I've put on. Yeah, they would be a lot better. You know, I could probably get him to about 70-80%. You're going to be flying through the current raid as it is. And the great thing about this is when you put a mod on a character, okay, it does cost a small amount to take off, but it's not locked to that character. So if this raid becomes redundant, you know, in this new raid and T-Bow is useless, I can take all his mods and I can put them on the Jawas. The Jawas are going to be very good for potency. You're going to need potency on the Jawas. You could either go for critical damage and potency. You want to get those kind of effects, what they do. You really want to work on them. So, let's have a look at my speed. Already on my T-Bow, he's got 185 speed, so he moves quick. He's got, and his potency, you know, critical damage was probably the only one I had. It had high potency on it. That's why I used it. I've got 61%. He does 9 out of 10. He hits. He does do about 9 out of 10. Sometimes he does get resisted, but he does do his TM down. But if we have a look, why I chose this is the 5% potency. That is it. I don't need him to have critical damage. He doesn't hit hard, you know. I just wanted to put that on just literally for that potency. That was the golden kind of number. So what's my so these two feed off each other. T-Bow and Ewok Elder, they feed off each other. This with their giving extra TM to T-Bow. TM, he's already quite quick, the T-Bow. But if we have a look at his speed, I've got 148. That's all I wanted to really do with him, put some extra protection. So he's got like 40k health, which is really good for Ewok Elder. Let's have a look. Phasma is another one. So Phasma, I haven't really modded her. I haven't really took the time to do, but where I did take the time to do this was upping her potency. So giving her actually an extra nearly 20%, make sure pretty much I'm getting the speed down, which is important in the raid at this current time. You know, at the moment I'm getting into phase 2. I've seen others that use Dengar, so Dengar's really good to nearly solo a raid. You can get to raise 1, go through 1, 2, 3 with intensity down. You can pretty much do TM down on the Rankar pretty well, to be honest. So let's have a look at my Jawas, yeah? So this is to show an example of where I'm going at the moment with just the Jawa. So this is for the mods. I want to get my mods, you know. I'm still a little bit far off, you know. I'm still farming other characters of the Jawas, but some of them are a lot slower to get than others. So what has my Jawa got? He's got 140 speed and 57% potency. Why do I need potency, you say? Well, right here tells you why. Deals special damage to all enemies with a 75% chance to stun droids for 1 turn. That is what the new raid's going to be based around. You know, there may not be any TM. EA Jesse says it's going to be a completely different mechanic. You know, it's going to be an interesting one from the video that I've seen. Yeah, I can't see in all fairness that T-Bow's going to actually work. They may not even have any turn meter, or they may have through the roof that they cannot be kind of like TM down. I don't see them having duplicate characters. You know, EA, CG, they're all about, it's a freemium game that makes money. They want to make money. They're not going to let people with a new raid that you can recycle your old characters that you've been using in the last raid. So there's going to be a lot that you probably won't be able to use. It'll be a completely different selection. You know, who knows? Anakin might be viable, you know, but like I said, I'd rather farm them and have them that I've got them than not have them at all, because, you know, who knows? There's definitely going to be a Jawa event. You know, they've just released, you know, 2 extra Jawas, added them to the shipments. So there's definitely, you know, other stuff coming in the future. Right, so that's currently the Jawa down here. I've got Dansha nearly done. And I've also got Chief Nibbit. So he's coming along okay. The other slower ones would be Scavenger and Engineer. Engineer's somewhere there. There he is there. So I've got quite a few ways to go with Engineer, which would take the longest, but I'm hoping that I could maybe just get away with him getting to 5-star, kind of putting a lot of protection on him to get through the mod challenges itself. So, mods. So what characters would everyone use? RG, what you're going to be wanting protection, protection, protection. As much protection as you could put on him. That would be the key with RG. You know, if you want to throw some potency on there, tendency, that is completely up to yourself. It's always a great help, or even some speed, you know, so you can get some stuns. But if you're wanting to go down the stun route, a speedy, I don't have that, a speedy Daka is always the way. She'll be very good if, you know, put some potency. What she got at the moment? If she sits at 25%, you could easily get that to 60%, 70%. You know, if you just put the mods, put some health on her. Protection. So what have I got on my Sunfac? Could be the golden question. I do use him on my arena squad. I love him, and his intensity is 77%. So he's quite hard to stun. His speed's 124, not so great. I've got some protection on him. I would like to have some more protection, but I'm completely happy at the moment with how he performs. Lando, again, you're going to want to have crit damage, you know, that's especially Leah. She can hit for 12 to 14k per hit if you put the right mods on her, so you pretty much want in the set. Same as Anakin, pretty much. You want the same as Anakin. She already does a self crit up, so you don't need to put crit chance on her. Don't waste it on there. Go with the 4 crit damage. And also put for the triangle again, the extra crit damage, and she will hit like a tank. You know, if you want to put some extra speed on her, you know, because she doesn't have high protection, so you could go with the speed. You can make it quicker, so she's going to get more turns to get more hits in. That's always a great idea. Yoda, I don't really use him that much. I believe he could be viable in the future. But for now, I don't even really use him in Galactic War, sorry. Han, I've stopped kind of taking him further. I don't really need him at the moment. Another great team you could go with, you know, for the players that don't have Anakin and maybe have old Ben, you whack some speed on Han. So we're talking, if you wanted to make Han as fast as you can, so he pretty much turns pretty much straight away, that's going to boost Ben, put some speed on Ben, where, you know, put him with potency. That's the greatest thing, put potency, so he's going to then do his special. So you're going to have like a light effect. Han goes first. Yeah, Han shot first. Han goes first. He then gives TM to the entire team. Ben already has good speed on him, but not as great as Han, but he also has potency. So his potency, then you're going to remove turn meter from the other team, and then straight away, you know, your ability blocking them, you're doing a fence down, and then if you've got sitting in the background Ray, she can start to clear up. You know, you don't even need Qui-Gon Jinn if you can get Han to go first. But they're the options that are bringing to life. Depending on how these 6 and 7 star mods are going to be, it could change that. Hopefully we're going to be able to see other characters come out the woodwork, like Maul. You know, at the moment he's semi-viable, but he's still not got a lot of protection. It depends on what squad he goes against, you know. So hopefully we're going to see more from it. But other than that, mods, once you got the mods you need, you could either make the direction of stop where you are and carry on farming your kind of like characters from the cantina, or you could continue just getting more and more mods and sell them. It's totally up to you. There's no right or wrong answer. There's nothing wrong with having lots of mods, but it depends on what your collection looks like. If your collection has only so many stars, then you don't need to keep farming. You know, you can afford to take mods off to move them around. You know, if you are struggling with Galactic War, what I'd also suggest, if you are struggling to finish it, that is, you know, you've got a way out on this and think, is it better or not? You can always take your mods off your other characters. Maybe not viable for everybody, but maybe you've got some characters in the background that maybe you use just for raids. You could take their raid gear off them, put it onto other Galactic War, kind of like your characters to get through it. If it pushes you through, then, and if you're making credits, it's always worth it. But if, you know, if you're losing credits from it, then you've got a way out. Is it worth it? Is it not worth it? You know. But hopefully this video has helped you and give you more of an insight on mods and what to do, what to farm. Tanks would be protection. High attackers like Anakin, you know, you're going to want crit damage, same as Lando. You know, speed on certain characters. Anything, you know, anything's possible. on these higher characters, but you don't want to be farming and putting on the wrong mods on the wrong characters, because you will then reduce their output. You won't get the best out of them. But anyway, if you like my videos, hit a like. If you want to see more of these videos that help you out, or anything for advice or anything, subscribe. I'll keep